Hey everyone, hope everything's going well for you guys this weekend. This is just going to be a general reading for the week ahead. So it's going to be February 4th through the 11th. So it's pretty normal if you know if you guys are still feeling a little out of sorts or anything. There's still a lot going on with this eclipse energy. Because the main theme that came along with it was to recapture your sovereignty. So there's going to be a good bit of movement coming up in your lives over the next few weeks or so. Really until things have kind of like settled down. Yeah, they're kind of until things have kind of settled down in that respect. So this is very interesting. This is actually pretty interesting for this week. As we see a ton of reversals. Actually, everything is reversed. Even the underside of the deck. The only thing that's upright here is the devil. And so already from the jump, a message is coming through here that um, it's really your honestly your success this week because everything, as I said before, as you can see, everything is reversed except for the devil card. Um, this week is really going to be your success this week is going to be very dependent on how you on how you control your your vices, your habits, your again, like as I previously mentioned, the eclipse was about recapturing your sovereignty. The devil is this is pretty much antithetical to sovereignty. If someone who's affected by this card by the devil, they feel as if they are controlled by something that they can't quite fix. So already it's going to be a challenge this week to to really break out of the old habits that don't serve you, especially as it relates to your own power, to realizing the amount of control you have over things. Um, and that's pretty fitting because the it's a test. It's a test of sorts, and it's also it's a there's a lot of groundwork being laid right now. That's what's coming up here, and that's why we're seeing all these major arcana cards, um, especially in the significant portion of this week, because what we have, like the cards we have on the perimeter, we have the Knight of Wands and we have the Ace of Pentacles, and so that's pretty much those are kind of like the governing energies for the week, in the sense that as an aside, I'm interpreting everything, all the reversals. Interpreting them as upright instead of reversed because the objective here is to reclaim your control. Because under this, as you're being affected by the devil, to surrender to that energy is going to throw everything here out of whack. The Fool is all about, it's about new beginnings, new opportunities. You have a chance to take off on a new experience and really color it the way you want it to be colored, to make it something you want to make it. But if you can't break away from things, if you can't break away from things that limit your power and things that make you feel as if your power is limited, you it's the ultimate blockage. There is no new journey for you. There's no newness. There's no um, there's no blessing. There's no gift. Everything's kind of just shut off because a lot of us are beginning a new chapter in our lives where our success is entirely dependent on whether or not you can really recapture your power. So, yeah, I say all that to say that for that sake, like my objective here is to make sure that you guys digest this stuff in a way that helps you, break free from the devil. So, yeah, I'm interpreting everything upright because, if you don't take your power back, if you kind of surrender to the things that want to limit you, it's going to be complete fucking turmoil. That's really the best way I can say it, because yeah, all of these cards in reverse, there's a lot of blockages, there's a lot of confusion, there's uncertainty. It doesn't take you to a great place. But yeah, back to the cards on the perimeter here. We have the Knight of Wands and Ace of Pentacles, and the Knight of Wands is presenting itself as a strength for this week. So it feels like there's going to be a lot of inspiration, a lot of inspirational energy, a lot of motivation to get up and go. A great desire to create your own movement is coming up in the Knight of Wands. And so, I mean, that area that presents itself as a strength. And so, like, if you commit to that, you will have great success. So, what's coming up as an area to work on, though, is with this Ace of Pentacles, because the message coming up in the Ace of Pentacles is that there is a need to have more faith and to trust that your blessings will come as they are meant to arrive. And that makes a good bit of sense because uh, you've got the Wheel of Fortune, you've got the Chariot here, and you've got the Devil. Granted, again, you seize control, you recapture your power. It's it's a very it puts you in a very uncertain space. It's natural. It's natural to feel very uncertain about what you're going what you're going through, and it's natural to feel uncertain about the changes you're making. But the Ace of Pentacles is here to remind you that these adjustments you're making, they do come with a benefit. They do pay off because the Wheel of Fortune is telling you that it is keep your faith up, and fortune will find you. And the Chariot pretty much says something similar. Take control of your journey. Take control of where you want to go, and you'll find yourself there. But overall, this is definitely going to be a pretty significant week. Um, it feels like a very active week. There's only we only have wands and pentacles. Wands are physical. Wands are action. Pentacles are it's physical. So there's going to be a lot of movement in real time this week. There's going to be a lot going on because realities are shifting to accommodate the changes people are making. So what that means is, you can't make, like, if you make such a big change in your life, such as recapturing your own power and reclaiming it from everything that you thought had your power, it's going to really shift your outlook and it's going to really shift your reality. So that's part of what's going on here. The other part is we've really been dealing with some very powerful energy to kick this year off. The Capricorn season was very there was a lot of it felt like a lot of movement, and then we come to this full moon in Leo, and the energy Leo is bringing out about right around now is just like sex and destruction. So like really, it's about building on your passions, and it's about destroying everything that keeps you from tapping into who you really are to manifest. So there's a lot of energy going on this week. It's been a very intense year energetically so far. I'm not sure if that's going to end in any time soon, but it's just something to keep an eye on. Really make sure you're moving in places that matter to you, because everything that's, again, all these major arcana cards, everything that's happening this week is of significance down the line. So be wary of the commitments you make, of anything you really, if it doesn't feel right to you, you want to pull back. If it doesn't feed your soul, you shouldn't be giving energy to it. Not this week, because where you go this week is going to take you far. Because the full energy is really, it's really powerful, and the same for the Wheel of Fortune and the Chariot. It's really all about overcoming the devil and taking control over things that you thought controlled you. So that's all I have for the general reading for this week. As always, just take whatever resonates and don't stress the rest. Have a great day.